This was the khutbah, this was the ayah that I really wanted to share with you. يَسْأَلُهُ مَنْ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ كُلَّ يَوْمٍ هُوَ فِي شَأْنٍ. Everyone in the skies and the earth is asking him. Everyone in the skies and the earth is asking him. Let's first understand that. Su'al in the Arabic language, asking, is two kinds. And before I tell you what that means, let me tell you the confusion about this ayah. Allah says everybody's asking him. The angels are asking him. The animals are asking him. We're asking him. But somebody comes and says, I know an atheist friend. He doesn't ask Allah. I know a friend who's not religious. He never asks Allah. My philosophy professor never asks Allah. What do you mean everything is asking him? That's when you need to understand there are two meanings of the word asking in the Arabic language. One is consciously asking. The other is needing. Su'al is also needing. So for example, فَأَمَّا السَّائِلَ فَلَا تَنْهَرْ. The one who asks, don't shrug them. Also means the one who needs, don't shrug them. There are people that come with it, they're needy but they don't beg. You need to know that they're in need. And before they get to ask, you should still give them. The meaning of the ayah is everyone in the skies and everyone on the earth is in need. And they keep needing from him. There's a disbeliever. There's a rebellious Muslim. There's someone who knows they're doing something wrong and they shouldn't be doing it. They do it and defy Allah anyway. Allah gives them and gives them and gives them too. You know, the one who prays among you 5 times a day and the one who doesn't pray at all and the one who's here for the first time this year. All of you, Allah gives. Like it's not any of you Allah doesn't give. All of our lungs Allah fills with air. All of our hearts Allah keeps beating. And that the heart of mine that is beating inside, every next beat before it beats, it sends the dua to Allah, Ya Allah, can I beat again? And He gives His permission. This heart needs. Every vein in my body needs. It needs from Allah. And without the permission of Allah, لا تسقط من ورقة. Not a leaf will fall until He gives permission. Not a leaf will fall off a tree. Not a cell in my body will move without His permission. I can rebel Allah. Allah gave my soul the opportunity to forget about Allah, do whatever I want, talk how I want, earn money how I want, have whatever relationships I want, spend my Friday night however I want. You know, Friday daytime, alhamdulillah, you did what is due to Allah. Friday night, now give to shaitan, right? For a lot of people. So make the weekend complete, balance the equation out. But Allah doesn't strike you with lightning. Allah doesn't, drag you back into the masjid. He could if He wanted to. He set nations straight before. He doesn't do that to you and me. When the hand steals, it doesn't become paralyzed. When a person does zina, they don't get a heart attack. When somebody eats haram, they don't get stomach cancer. He doesn't do that. They keep eating and they keep smiling. Every one of them needs. يَسْأَلُهُ مَنْ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. And then He says to you and me, كُلَّ يَوْمٍ هُوَ فِي شَأْنٍ. Every single moment, every single day. Yawm here is actually a mustalah li jami' al-awqat. Like it's all times, all hours, every single day, all the time. He is involved in something that only He can do. And this is actually not a warning in the surah. It's actually a beautiful thing that I wanted to conclude with. يَسْأَلُهُ مَنْ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ كُلَّ يَوْمٍ هُوَ فِي شَأْنٍ. You see, me in the capacity of a teacher, when I'm teaching, let's say 50 students, one of them asks me a question, one of them needs some extra help, one of them says they have a problem, one of them says they have a confusion. I give one of them 5 minutes, I give another one 5 minutes, I give another one 5 minutes. If I give all of them 5 minutes, that's 250 minutes. I'm almost dead. I can't address all of their concerns. And even if I did, even if I give each of them 5 minutes, all of them will complain I only got 5 minutes. Isn't that the case? I can't keep track of all of their requests. I can't even answer all of their questions. Some of their questions are beyond me. Some of their requests or needs I cannot fulfill. Somebody will come and say to me, I need about 3 hours of your time. I'll say, I'm sorry, I don't have 3 hours of my time to give you. I wish I did. I have other obligations. When people are demanding from you, you'll know what it means. When too many people are asking you too many things. You know what happens to a person? They crack and they say, I need a break. I'm just going to take a vacation. I can't handle this anymore. Like the manager of a store after Christmas sales. Like they just don't want to deal with anybody. People snap when you keep making requests of them and asking them and asking them. And the head of a household can lose it often. because their demands are coming at them all the time from every direction. They're being pressured all the time. And in that position, you know some people will be heard and some people will not be heard. And the people that are more important or priority will be heard. People that are less important will not be heard. Look at who Allah Azza wa Jal is. Kulla yawmin, everybody's asking Him. The believer is asking Him, the disbeliever is asking Him. The most rebellious of the Muslims, forget the non-Muslims for a second. Well, the most rebellious of the Muslims, the ones who openly, proudly do haram, who utter vile things from their mouth, who do wrong things towards one another. They do all of that openly. But even their heart begs for the next beat, and Allah gives. You know, even they, Allah sends angels and guards their car as they drive to the club on Friday night. Even they. Allah Azza wa Jal protects and gives all of them, and He says, I give what Allah provides, only He can provide. This is sha'an. Sha'an is an amr, yakhtassu bi ahad. It can only be done by a person. I can't, some of you that run businesses, there are some things only you can do. If you hire somebody else to do it, they'll mess it up. And you've tried it before. You left them at the cash register, something got messed up. So only you can do it. This is called sha'an. There are things that Allah does that only Allah can do. Nobody else can do it. Nobody else can do it. And when you realize that is what Allah is doing for you all the time, you will forget one silly question that shaitan brings into your heart and brings into mine. Where was Allah when I needed Him? Where was I when I was having this problem? Why didn't He help me at this occasion? People ask this question, don't they? This question even comes in your head sometimes. Where was Allah? And Allah's answer is, I've always been there. And I'm taking care of your tongue as you get to say that. How do you think the voice comes out of your voice box? How does the air come out of your mouth so you question Allah? He gives you the strength to do that. This is كُلَّ يَوْمٍ هُوَ فِي شَأْنٍ. And then He asks the question again, فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. What favors, what amazing ththings of Allah that your Rabb has done for you are both of you going to deny? The last thing I want to share with you, my time is up, is that in this surah throughout, Allah Azza wa Jal, a lot of people are curious about that. Allah addresses both human beings and jinn. Kuma, the dual pronoun, refers to both human beings and jinn. So why are human beings and jinn being mentioned? It's really interesting. It's actually really interesting because the Quraysh, the people, remember we started with that audience? These people they became the enemies of the Prophet ﷺ. They didn't just not accept Islam. They, in a sense, befriended the shayateen. They became friends of the shayateen. So the people who oppose Allah's deen, on the outside you see human beings. And what you don't see around them hovering and doing waswasa to them are who? The jinn, the shayateen. Allah sees all of them. Allah sees that the ungrateful is not just the human being that you and I see. Allah also knows that the one doing waswasa to them all the time is also among the jinn. So He questions what you can see and He questions what you cannot see. And in this incredible surah, when you and I walk away from Allah, when you and I distance ourselves and rebel against Allah and become the worst crime of all, become ungrateful to Allah, whose waswasa do we follow? We follow, وَلَا تَجِدُ أَكْثَرَهُمْ shakirin. Shaitan's promise was, I will guarantee you will, most of them, you will find that they're not grateful. His job is to make us ungrateful. His job is to make us not conscious of what Allah does for you and me. That's what He does constantly with waswasa, which is why Allah addresses both. Recognize that you're not alone. There's shayateen around you whose constant job is to make you forget, which means you're going to constantly have to fight that spiritual war, that invisible war. And you and I are going to have to remember, because there's forces that want us to forget, that want us to ignore, you know. وَمَا أَنْسَانِهُ إِلَّا شَيْطَانٌ أَنْ أَذْكُرَهُ. I didn't forget except shaitan was capable of making me forget. Shaitan was not given any power over us. One power he was given, he can make you forget. He can make you forget. You know, just like you forget your key, you don't know where the keys are, just as it's time to get to Jum'ah on time. You never lose your keys until it's masjid time. That's shaitan right there. You see? May Allah Azza wa Jal protect us from the waswasa of shayateen. May Allah Azza wa Jal make us truly, truly grateful. I know for a lot of young people, because New Year's is around the corner, it's a time of great temptation. A lot of friends are going to call you and say, hey man, let's go to the party. And you're going to say, nah bro, I just heard a khutbah, I don't think I could do it. And they're going to say, you're no fun, come on man, just live a little. And you're going to hear it from your friends, and that's the time you're going to have to just look around you and see who are you following. Who, at the end of the day, and who will benefit you? Who's going to benefit you? Is the way of Allah going to benefit you, or the way of these friends that are asking you to just forget for a little while? I know you heard it, I know it's in your heart somewhere, just forget it. Just put your conscience to sleep and just have a little fun, and then you can wake it up later again. وَتَكُونُوا مِن بَعْدِهِ صَالِحِينَ. You can become good people later on. Right now it's time to party. If you can fight that and conquer that urge, wallahi al-azim, you've conquered one of the greatest battles ever. You've conquered yourself. May Allah Azza wa Jal make us capable of conquering our nufus and really submitting them to His pleasure. Barakallahu li wa lakum fil Qur'an al-Hakim wa nafa'ani wa iyyakum bil ayati wa dhikr al-Hakim. Move up as much as you can. الحمد لله وكفى والصلاة والسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى خصوصا على أفضلهم وخاتم النبيين محمد الأمين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. يقول الله عز